Hey everybody, what's going on? We're here with a timeless reading. Welcome. Okay, we're starting off with Justice and the High Priestess. Okay. I'm also seeing the Queen of Pentacles here. I'm seeing these two different areas for you sort of like bleeding into one another. The way that I'm seeing the High Priestess connect Justice and the Queen of Pentacles, there's something going on personally for you. Something that's being tended to right now. This is connected with something that you've been putting your energy into. It looks like there are decisions that are going to be connected with this. You can be figuring out like the right way to move through something, but I'm seeing you definitely rely on your intuition for this. So you can be trying to like tap in and connect to what it is that you're feeling and what it is that you're picking up on. To have Justice here, there can be a couple different things going on. Justice can be this feeling of needing to bring something into balance that may not feel like it's balanced right now. So it can be like something going on within a relationship, or it can be something going on within your personal life. You can feel like you have a couple different things going on and you want them to interlace properly with one another. But this can also be something too that you feel like you want to privately work this out before you do something about it. It looks like this would maybe not be the easiest thing to do, but it could feel like something necessary, because you could be like, I feel out of whack if I don't bring this into a place that feels more balanced or more level. Interesting. This looks like it has to do with a relationship, actually. Can be like a friendship or something like that. I'm seeing Leo and I'm seeing the moon. I'm also seeing Pisces on the bottom of the deck. I want to get clarifiers. The Justice is connected with Three of Cups, so this can mean that something needs to be made right within a relationship or a friendship. But High Priestess can be something that somebody's keeping to themselves, or that they're trying to figure out something independently. Okay, what's Justice about? Meaning if something happened between you and another person. Okay. It looks like something may have actually ended with someone. Some of you had a falling out with somebody. Some of you, though, it was because of another person. I'm seeing like a relationship or something else be involved in that. This is like... Okay, so what I'm seeing the setting of this be, like, this doesn't look like you and a partner type of thing. This looks like you and like a different type of connection. So it can be like a family member, it can be like a friendship, or it can be like a coworker. It's something like that I'm not seeing this be like a romantic relationship. I'm seeing it be something differently than that. But it's something that went down between like either you and another person, or you and maybe like two other people. Something like that. There's definitely something socially involved here, but there can be this feeling that to have the High Priestess be connected with Justice, this can be like you having your own feelings about something, but you could have sort of kept it to yourself and been like, I'm gonna deal with this on my own. Maybe because you wanted to be quiet about the moves that you were making. Maybe even quiet about an opportunity upcoming for you or something that's in front of you. But I'm seeing like the stress from what happened within the cycle may be impacting you now at this point. You could feel it's like connected with something that you have going on right now. It looks like somebody's going to be coming through and wanting to connect with you, actually. I'm getting two different energies. I'm getting like one person is going to be connecting with the other person, or at least attempting to. It's just going to depend which one you are, because some of you may feel like you need to make something right with another person, and if you're the person that feels like you need to make something right, you can feel this weighing on you, but you may not have done anything about it. It's like something that intuitively you're like, I feel like I should do something here about this because I feel like something is wrong. When I say wrong, I mean personally, you would feel like, I'm seeing 0606. Personally, when you look at this, whatever this is that's going on, oh, we also have Libra here. So we have Libra and we have Leo. I'm looking at Aquarius and I'm also seeing the moon here. When you look at this, regardless of what end you're on, you feel like there is something that is lacking balance here. So you could feel like something is not aligned for you. Some of you, I'm seeing 3 people be involved. Like it can be 3 friends together, something like that. But having High Priestess and having 9 of Wands can be like, I feel this way about what's going on, but I'm keeping it to myself. I know having the High Priestess here shows like you are very connected with like your feelings about this. But also too, having the High Priestess can be like, but I'm totally keeping it to myself here. Like I'm not saying anything about it, but I'm very like informed about how it is that I feel. 9 of Wands feels like this is a challenge currently that you feel like you're facing. It feels like you feel like tired within this. It can be like tired within the relationship. There can be something going on. It feels like something happened. Some of you, I don't know like where exactly you are within the relationship. Things could have like ended, or something could have happened that like the situation is over now, but you still feel a type of way about it, or you feel like it's not been made right. Also too, to have strength here, you can feel like pride is getting in the way of something as well. And that can also be like a bit of an issue too. Regardless of like what side you feel like this is coming from. You can feel like it's coming from you, you can feel like it's coming from the other person. But I'm definitely getting like a bit of a stubborn energy here that I'm seeing, that I'm picking up on. But what I'm seeing, like for those of you that you feel like you're called to action in some way because something isn't sitting well with you, I'm seeing your guides say, you know what you need to do. This doesn't feel like this reading is about clarifying something for you. It feels like it's more so encouragement for you to do what you already know you need to do here. Because justice is like, something needs to be set right here that is not feeling like it's set right. Because I'm seeing like something did happen, but it feels like it's gone unaddressed for some reason. Like it hasn't properly been addressed. And you may feel like you actually need to do something about it. Justice can be you standing up for yourself. What I'm seeing is that whatever this is that you've been keeping to yourself, where you're like, this is the way that this should have gone, or this is the way that this should be going now, or it's like something like that where you feel like something is not aligned for you, something that's going on here within the relationship. Because it does not feel harmonious within the relationship currently. But I get that it feels like instead of being like, hey, this is what's going on and expressing yourself, you're like keeping it to yourself. But then you're bearing the weight of that is what I'm seeing. It feels too like you may feel a little bit insecure or uncomfortable like voicing your actual opinion and how you feel here. Because with justice, this is connected with Libra, right? And so there can be a theme coming up of like, I don't want to be controversial. I don't want to create waves, because that can be like Libra, when it's in its shadow energy, can be a very non-confrontational energy, even when we know that something isn't sitting well with us, but it can be completely avoiding that because we don't want to make something worse. And there's like the care and of like the judgment of how we're going to be perceived. And because like at the basis of it, Libra is a sign of like creating harmony. When we're in the more shadow energy of it, which all of us have Libra within our charts, wherever Libra is within your chart can show you like where this may show up for you. Also your Venus placement too. Also your 7th house as well. But what this can be is that something's going on within a relationship, and you would feel distinctly like you have an idea of how something should go, but you may not be enforcing that, is what I'm seeing here. Because to have Queen of Pentacles and to have strength here, this would be you needing to do something in your personal life, in this personal relationship of yours. Again, feels like a friendship type of thing more than anything. You would feel like it would be very, very difficult for you to say this. Like, that's not okay with me, or I don't think that that's right, or I didn't like that. It's like that type of thing. But what I'm seeing is that when it comes to like your connection with, I'm seeing the star, which would be you voicing your opinion, you being honest, you being transparent, you saying something that may put you on the outside of something. You can feel like, well, I don't want to be cast away or cast out, even if you're already feeling like that based off of what's going on. So it's sort of these two parts of you that are in conflict, where we have the Aquarius energy, which is connected more so with like speaking our minds and being like in its authentic energy, right? Aquarian energy is like, this is what I think, and that doesn't sit well with me, or this isn't right, and just like speaking very honestly and very bluntly. And then you have on the other side of this Libra, which is about wanting to be like more socially acceptable, potentially. It really just depends on like what area within the spectrum one is emanating this energy from. Because Libra, when it gets into its more light energy, it's going to be like, no, these are my values, and I'm being honest about this, because I know that the only way that I'm going to feel in harmony and balance with myself is if I'm advocating for that within my relationships. And so my relationships will reflect my own values, even if that means I lose a friend or lose a friendship, or like it rubs somebody the wrong way. This is really important to me, and I know I'm going to feel out of balance and out of alignment with myself if I don't speak up. So that's like the light side of Libra. But again, like having us start off with justice, which is connected with Libra, the issue can be actually needing to do that, because we're also seeing the strength card here too, which is, this is not going to be easy for me, because maybe it's very easy for me to advocate for other people, but when it comes to me, I have a difficult time doing that, because I'm seeing this is difficult for you personally, but that may be where you struggle. It may not be hard for you to do it in other cases. It may just be difficult for you to do it when it comes to just you. And having this connection of Leo and Aquarius here, which they're sister signs, which you can see them as sort of being like on a like line with one another, because they're opposing but also create a completion with one another because of that opposition. Feels like it's very important for you to show up and be yourself here in a way where you may feel like you're keeping something to yourself, but this is feeling disruptive to you now at this point because you're not doing something about it. But you may have a hard time. I'm seeing you tend to keep things to yourself, and this may be something that it's like difficult for you to speak out about this, but it seems like it's necessary. Because you could also feel like in a way it's sort of holding you back from some other stuff too, and something's just like not... There's a discomfort here. I'm seeing an uncomfortable feeling. Because it even... I want to like say this specifically, like with your energy, what I'm seeing here is that you do not have an issue seeing the right direction, like the right path. I'm seeing you already know where to go. It's just like about actually doing it. And that can also be the other thing that's connected with Libra too. It can be like seen as this kind of fickle energy of like, do I go this way? Do I go that way? Like maybe I shouldn't do anything at all, and then like not taking action where action is needed. Like there can be actually creating avoidance when we already know, you already know what the right thing is for you to do here personally, because this is a personal thing here. This is all about you and your relationship to your values, and how currently it's not being reflected within a relationship because you're not advocating for it. And so that's what needs to be done. And some of you could have like started off being like, I actually feel confused, or I have mixed feelings about this, but I'm not seeing that you do. It's just about actually needing to do this. But that part of you that feels uncomfortable stepping up in this way, it may be that part of you that's like, maybe I don't really know what to do here, but it's just you like basically confusing yourself because you're not trusting yourself, because this is uncomfortable to address here. This is basically like a relationship karmic challenge that you're in right now. I think also part of it is about like being vulnerable and showing your cards a bit, you know? Like this is feeling very like Scorpio to me, the way that this is coming through. Like not showing your cards. Like I have a very strong opinion about this, but I'm not going to say anything about it, you know? Like I'm definitely judging what's going on here, but I'm not going to say anything like that. I'm going to keep it to myself. To be honest, what this looks like more than anything to me is that if you address this, some of you may not be addressing this because there's a part of you that's like, what if I lose the relationship because of that? But I'm not even seeing that be the case here. It feels like that would actually set things in like a more, this feels like a correction that would be happening, that would have you feeling like you're back on track with the investment of this relationship. So I'm seeing this would be like more of a course correction. This wouldn't be the type of thing where you voice how you're feeling and then things go down the drain because of this. This looks more so like this is the corrective action needed for you to venture back into this and be like, okay, things are back on track now. Because it feels like being like hopeful about the investment that you've made, both within your relationship, but also more than anything within yourself. Because even if something, like you can't control, right, how this person or these people behave when you advocate for yourself, but it's going to tell you something important. When you're advocating for your values, as much as it can be really difficult, right? It's like not so black and white as how it's being communicated right here, because we're sort of like outside of this situation a bit. And so the guidance can feel clear, but when it comes to actually doing it, it may not feel so black and white. So definitely giving credit to that, because we can know what to do, but then be like, but I really got to tell them now, or like I really have to say that now. And then they're going to react, and then there are going to be repercussions because of that, and so on and so forth, you know, all of that. What I'm seeing is that how this is going to allow you to move forward in a way where you're feeling stuck right now, because I'm seeing you feeling stuck right now. You're feeling stuck within a relationship. Feeling discomfort. If you advocate for your values here and what you feel like is right, and also what you feel like may be wrong too, for whatever it is that's going on here, whatever's happening within the relationship, it's either going to be, either way it's going to be corrective action. I'm seeing 1919 all the time. Either way it's going to be corrective action, but there are like two ways potentially that this could go. One, it can create like a bigger rift between you and this person, or you and these people, and you feel like it puts you back on track because this is like somebody or people that are not aligned with your values, And so it was always this anyway. Something is just being done about it now. It's being addressed now. Or you're communicating your values, and then there's like the making up and the bringing back together then. And then you feel like things are on track again. So either way, this is going to be corrective. Whether this ends up being like a friendship or a relationship that falls away, or it ends up being something where it's like now things are mended because like again that wasn't sitting well with me. So this is about you investing actually in relationships that are reflective of your values by you advocating for it, because it seems like a situation has now occurred where it's come time to be like, okay, like what do you stand for? What are your values? And is that reflective within the relationship? And if it's not right now, you're going to see what will happen. But either way, it's going to have you feeling like there's a sense of depth that you're reconnecting with that right now you may feel out of touch with. But yeah, there can be a part of you that like low-key wants to be accepted by whomever this is, and this may be part of the reason why you're not advocating for yourself. No, I'm seeing you going in the right direction. You're going to do it. I'm seeing it be stressful, but I'm seeing that you're going to do it. I think also you trusting the process too, and knowing that worst case scenario, right? You advocate for yourself and there ends up being like what you perceive as a falling out because of this. What's going to happen is that something that's out of alignment is going to be clearing from your path, and it's going to make room for a relationship that's going to be aligned for you. So you're just getting back into alignment where you feel like something is veering off a little bit, okay? I'm hearing values again. This is also one of those things too where if it goes unchecked, which you also have that option too, like not to take action if you don't want to, but it's going to be one of those things where you start feeling a sense of resentment if you're not already. Some of you, you're already feeling this, but you're going to like create more and more of a sense of resentment within the relationship. And people that are meant to be like your friends are going to start feeling like enemies to you, you know? So all of this can be stopped in its tracks right now if this ends up being addressed, okay? Easier said than done, yeah. All right, my friends, we are going to leave the reading here. I would like to thank everyone for connecting. Thank you for tuning in. I'm sending everybody love, and I hope to catch you guys next time.